The American Revolution was like the birth of a child. There's pain, there's blood, and there's an obstacle that seems impossible to overcome. And then, when it's all over, you're left with something beautiful, something helpless that needs to be nurtured and carefully cared for by you. Starting a new country and becoming a new parent have more similarities than appear at first glance. Who knew? This is Dear Theodosia from the musical Hamilton, and right now, it's the best song ever. Hello friends, my name is Neil, and this is 4/8 Music, where excellent and praiseworthy music always wins. I take Philippians 4/8 seriously, so on Best Songs Ever, I'm examining songs that hit my soul directly, like only a good song can. Today, I'm going completely out of my wheelhouse of rock and roll and talking about Broadway. Because a good song is a good song no matter where it comes from, and I can't pretend it's bad just because it's from a genre I'm not into. But please bear in mind that I have no idea what I'm talking about here. So feel free to disagree with me, and if you do, you're not wrong. About 10 years ago, Hamilton grabbed Broadway by the throat, and it quickly moved on to having the entire world in a stranglehold. If you haven't heard about it, what? What have you been doing for the past 10 years? Non-stop meditative prayer? Why did you even click on this video? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you did, but seriously, are you lost? Hamilton is a musical about the American Revolution and the direct aftermath, and more specifically about the life and relationships of Alexander Hamilton, a founding father who, despite never becoming president, is an essential part of the American story, and in many ways represents the spirit and ethos of America at its founding and afterwards. He's brash, headstrong, and doesn't think before he speaks, but he's also courageous, brilliant, well-spoken, and a loyal friend and a great leader. It's also the story of Aaron Burr, Hamilton's lifelong political, professional, and personal rival, who eventually shoots Hamilton dead in a duel. I put a spoiler alert there, but honestly, this is history, my dude. If you don't already know this, you need to go back to school. Not only is Hamilton a Broadway musical, but a hip-hop musical at that, complete with rap battles in place of government cabinet meetings. It's also deliberately multiracial, with black men playing Aaron Burr and Thomas Jefferson, among others, and biological sisters of all different races. It's meant to reflect the wide diversity in America today, in service to the musical's goal of bringing American history into our modern context, and opening the public's eyes to its vivacity and continued relevance. And its execution of that goal is spot on perfect. I love this play, and that's really weird. I mean, in the media I consume, I've always been resistant to cheese, and Broadway musicals seem like all cheese. But I love this play, and this I think is why. I've always been attracted to things that are authentic. Now, don't confuse that with things that are real, because things that are fake can still have authenticity to them, and things that are real can still be deceiving. But if a piece of art comes from the artist's heart in an authentic way, I'm just all about it. Dear Theodosia comes almost at the end of the first act of Hamilton, after the Continental Army has just won the decisive victory in the Revolutionary War, the Battle of Yorktown. Both Hamilton and Burr have returned home to wives who have given birth to new children, Hamilton's son Philip and Burr's daughter Theodosia. It's an extremely pretty piano piece, eschewing the orchestral accompaniment of most of the rest of the musical, and it's disarming and comforting in its simplicity. Both men are singing to their children, and both are awestruck with love, pride, and simple, unfiltered wonder. They express things that every new father feels, which isn't remarkable or novel by itself, but it's often the simple, common things that have the most impact, depending on how they're presented. Dear Theodosia's presentation of choice is full-on, no-limit emotionalism. It's something that Broadway, despite its penchant for over-the-top ridiculousness, is very good at. Now, I'm not a father, and never will be, and I'm okay with that. So you would think that the specific emotional track of this song would just sail past me without effect. But I'm an HSP, and with this sensation-seeking trait, no emotions sail past me. I'm like a magnet for that kind of thing. Dear Theodosia comes on, and I don't even have to hear the lyrics, just the opening piano riff, and I start to well up. It never fails. At this point of the show, Hamilton and Burr are already rivals, but more like two men with different approaches to the same goal. And in the first act, that goal is simply freedom for America and its establishment as an independent nation. That's everybody's goal. Well, almost everybody. They don't move in the same circles and they're not friends, though there is a mutual respect there, as well as a bafflement one to the other. In the second act, Burr's bafflement graduates to a jealousy of Hamilton's rapid advancement, and then open hostility at Hamilton's blatant disrespect, which ends with murder. But here at Dear Theodosia, their commonality is most clearly displayed, and what brings it out are love, children, and family. For both Aaron and Alexander, this new generation of the Burr and Hamilton names is emblematic of a new nation. They both feel an intense amount of love and responsibility for their children and for their country. They both feel wholly inadequate to the task before them, and they're both fully committed to its completion. Both swear to make amends for the mistakes of past generations, and both make promises that they can't keep of safety and security. And both have hope that doesn't have a ceiling for their children's future. In short, they're both new parents. The base idea of Hamilton is that American history is just as important to our modern context as it was when it happened, and Dear Theodosia pulls that off wonderfully. Even though Hamilton and Burr are historical figures, this song shows them as humans, experiencing the most human thing there is. It's my favorite song in the show, and always makes me feel all the feels. Sometimes I go to YouTube and just watch the performance of this one song. And I don't think there is a single person in this entire country who could not benefit in some way from watching Hamilton. All you need is Disney Plus and you can stream the whole thing. It's probably one of the most important pieces of media to come around in the past 25 years. Just saying. Sometimes you can't love something until you see someone else loving it, so thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos about me loving music. And hit the bell if you haven't, so you know just when my next video drops. And if you love Dear Theodosia or Hamilton and have anything to say about either, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And if you do, say nice things, say true things, and always be kind. God bless, and rock on.